Hello, I'm David Hardesty, and in this lecture, I want to explain the way this course is organized and what is expected of students. The objectives of this lecture are to understand first the 5 learning methods used in this course. These methods are as follows: audio lectures, written lectures, reading in the text and in authoritative sources, primarily the Code and Regulations, quizzes, and discussion problems. Another learning method is the weekly online chat. Another objective of this lecture is to review the midterm and final exam requirements. And a final objective is to review the grading policies in this course. Let's look first at the big picture. This course is organized around 10 topics that make up the core knowledge necessary to understand international taxation of inbound transactions. These topics are discussed in broad terms in another lecture, and here are the topics in the order in which they will be studied. Classification of aliens as non-residents, classification of entities as foreign, taxation of non-business income, withholding on non-business income, taxation of business income under U.S. domestic rules, taxation of business income under U.S. tax treaties, the source of income, allocation of deductions, branch level taxes, and dispositions of U.S. real property interests. Each topic is covered using 5 different learning methods. Each topic or lesson includes 1 or more lectures similar to this one. Each lecture presents the learning objectives and the important points for each learning unit. Through the lecture, each student should gain a clear idea of what we are trying to accomplish, how the learning objectives will be reached, and how to determine when the learning objectives have been reached. Students should listen to the lectures before doing anything else with the topic and before doing the reading in the text or taking the quiz for the topic. Each lecture focuses on the core principles associated with the topic and represents the areas that the students should focus upon. As a side note, I'm often asked by students what to focus on for the midterm and final exams. And I always reply, focus on understanding everything in the lectures. If you understand the lectures, you will do well in this course. Each audiovisual lecture is accompanied by a written lecture. The written lecture, in addition to containing the exact text of each lecture, includes references to both the textbook and the authorities associated with each bullet point in the lecture. If you view these written lectures as study guides, you'll have the right idea about how to use them. In addition, the written lectures provide students with the reading assignments in the text, the code, and the regulations. The reading for this course comes from 3 primary sources: the textbook, Fundamentals of International Taxation, the Internal Revenue Code, and the IRS regulations. Each learning topic has an associated quiz. The purpose of each quiz is to reinforce important points in the lecture. All of the quiz questions come right out of the lectures, including the examples in the lectures. So if you thoroughly understand the examples in the lectures, you will do fine on the quizzes. A quiz is not timed. As you take each quiz, you can stop and save your results and come back to them later. The quizzes are graded, and the combined grades for the quizzes are part of your final grade for the course. One more thing on quizzes: you should take the quiz associated with the topic before moving on to the next topic in the course. Each quiz forms an integral part of the learning methods for studying a topic. The 5th learning method is online discussion. I'll have more to say about this later. For now, understand that the purpose of the discussion is to get you to work with the knowledge you've gained through the lectures, reading, and quizzes. Think of the first for learning methods as providing you with the knowledge and tools to build a house, and the discussion is where you actually do the building. Now let's discuss grading. 20% of your grade for the course is based on quizzes. Each of the lessons in the course is accompanied by a quiz on the material presented in the lesson. Quizzes are primarily multiple choice and short answer. 20% of your grade is based on your online participation in discussion problems. More about these problems in the next slide. 30% of your grade is based on the midterm exam, which is taken at the end of week 4. This exam covers the topics presented in the first 4 weeks. The exam is taken between Friday and Sunday of week 4. 30% of your grade is based on the final exam, which is taken at the end of week 7. This exam covers the topics presented in the entire course, with emphasis on the topics covered in weeks 5 to 7. It is taken between Friday and Sunday of week 7. The midterm and final exams include both short answer and objective answer questions. The short answer part mirrors the short answers questions in the quizzes that you have been taking during the course. And the objective part mirrors the true, false, and multiple choice questions in the quizzes. Now let's talk about online discussion. Your participation in online discussion counts for 20% of your grade. All other things being equal, if you receive no discussion points, your grade is reduced by 2 full letter grades. For example, if your overall grade for the exams and quizzes is A, and you receive no points for participation in online problems, then your course grade will be a C. Woody Allen said 90% of life is just showing up. And so it is with online discussion problems. You just need to show up and participate. If you're in the discussion and contribute meaningfully to the discussion, you will get full points. People are often confused as to how to participate in online discussion, so let me describe my expectations. The discussions involve open-ended questions, which ordinarily do not have a single clear answer. The purpose of the discussions is to get you to use the knowledge you've gained to build arguments for viable points of view. Because discussions ordinarily have no clear answer, it is difficult for you to be wrong or right for that matter. Some students may find this disconcerting to answer a question that may not have a definite right answer. Think of it this way. The purpose of the discussion problems is to get you to discuss a particular question. Through the discussion process, you get to consider many aspects of a particular topic from many points of view. Through this process, you gain a more in-depth understanding of the topic. There are many ways to participate, and all are correct. You can be the first out of the gate person and answer the discussion problem first. Just as in class, there is always someone who raises his or her hand first. You do not get extra points for answering first, and you do not lose points for not answering first. Do whatever you feel comfortable with. You can be the in addition person. Often the first person to post a suggested solution to a problem leaves a point or 2 out, and you can be the person to fill in the blanks. You can be the challenger. If another person's post is wrong or has missed something, go ahead and point this out, but do so politely and tactfully. You can be the what-if person. If previous posters seem to have exhausted possible answers to a problem, you can add some new facts or change the facts and then go on to discuss the new problems or possibilities that arise. Most methods of participation work, but some do not. One thing that does not work is late participation. Even though we are not all online at the same time, we do have to be more or less together in time to make a discussion work. For this reason, all online discussions initiated during a week are closed, meaning you cannot post to them after the end of each week. A discussion is not multiple answers to the same question. In some cases, I have posted a problem and have had 10 different students give me the same answer to the problem. This is not the point of an online discussion. When you answer a discussion problem, read all of the previous postings first. If someone has already posted an answer, do not post the same answer. Just as in a live classroom situation, if a person has given an answer, you do not raise your hand and give the same answer again. As I discussed previously, your posting should add to or challenge previous postings, or should look at the posting of the problem from another point of view, such as by changing the facts. Let's talk about citations in discussion problems and exams. In the lecture on writing for this course, I discussed the requirement to cite authorities when posting in a discussion or writing an answer to a quiz or exam problem. I want to remind you of that here because it is important. Let's talk briefly about grading as it relates to discussions. 20% of your final grade is based on your participation in discussions. To get full discussion points, you must participate meaningfully in all of the discussions. For each discussion, you must make one original post addressing the discussion problem, and you must make one post commenting on the post of another student. Let's talk about the online chat. The other instructor for the course and I will each have an online chat room once a week for students to ask questions, make comments, or just network with each other. This online chat is in lieu of office hours. It is important for the success of the chat that you attend with both a microphone and webcam. Some students try to get by with asking questions through a chat window. This can work, but it is not very effective. So a microphone is a must at a minimum. In addition, it is possible to attend a chat without a webcam, but it is difficult. Communication in this subject is challenging, and we need all of the communication tools we have, including visual, to effectively talk to each other. Let's close by talking about asking questions. Each topic has an associated discussion area for questions on that topic. This is where you can ask questions associated with that topic. Please ask your questions in these open discussion areas so that other students can see the questions asked and the answers being given. You can also call me or email me or the other instructor directly.